Now, professional divers from South Africa have arrived in Mombasa and are expected to join the recovery operation. The car in which baby Amanda and her mother drowned a week ago is yet to be recovered or spotted underwater despite efforts that started exactly a week ago. Kevin Mutai has an exclusive coverage of the exercise aboard one of the recovery boats, from where he joins us live from Likoni. Kevin?
Well, you said it right, Zainab. We are on board one of the patrol boats owned by the Kenya Navy. These are the exclusive shots on the recovery operation. We are in the middle of the channel, and right now we just want to focus on the technical areas that the Navy divers are currently facing when it comes to the recovery operation. A few minutes ago, we managed to see them deploy one of the robots that are being used in the recovery exercise, and we realized that at least 39 meters deep in some of the places, the view right inside there is a bit clear, but in another place there's also a bit of difference because we could hardly see anything. But let me quickly engage Eric Wambugu, who is in charge of the diving the diving exercise here in the channel, and to quickly bring us up to speed on what they are experiencing so far when it comes to this particular exercise.
Okay, thank you very much. This is our 8th day of these recovery operations, and we've been doing lots of underwater searches and underwater reviews using the cameras, and also we've been diving, and so far we've managed to clear almost like 10 points of what we were supposed to clear. We are heading now to the last 4 points, and all I can say is that work has been going on very well. So far, all the divers that have been involved in the operations are safe, and also the equipment. The point to note is that there have been a few challenges here and there. First, we start with the hydrographic and oceanographic factors like the currents, the tides, and so on and so on and so forth. And also, as you know that as you saw the divers get into the water, you can see there's a diving officer and the diving supervisor. There are few operation and risk management briefing that he does before every dive, and of course he must make sure that the bottles are charged and all those drills that we are used to. But then he has to brief them on the.
But also, there's something also I understand that the PSI levels, there are also that when it gets to a point whereby it becomes so dangerous, because I understand that what a human body can sustain is at least, I think, between 14 and 20, and I'm told that deep inside there is at least over 1,000 PSI levels when it comes to the pressure due to the level of the water. How does that affect the operation?
Okay, thank you. One thing I want you to know is that when you're on surface, you are at 1 atmosphere, that is 14.7 psi. So every 33 feet or 10 meters, you gain 1 atmosphere. So the deeper you send your diver, as depth increases, the pressure on him increases. And at the same time, he is breathing air, not oxygen. He's breathing air. 78% is nitrogen, and the deeper you go, the more nitrogen gets into your body tissue. So the more you get nitrogen, the risk of getting what you call nitrogen narcosis and another ailment. So the deeper you send your diver without control measures, the more you risk your diver to him getting diving ailments, and the end result is you send him to a recompression chamber, and sometimes it's fatal.
There are also some, out of the 14 possible locations that you have managed to gather so far since this particular operation began, we were left with 4, and some of the 4 are deep beyond 50 meters in the channel. What are some of the equipments that you're using to access such kind of locations? Because I'm informed that it's hard even to send a diver down there.
Yes, exactly. What we do is that beyond 130 feet, and at 130, I just want to let you know that 130 we are limited to 10 to 12 minutes maximum. So beyond that, we send the remote operated vehicles, or what most people call underwater robots. We also apply other electronic equipment like sonars, science scan sonars, and any other technology. So you first have to use the technology more and more and more, and then you only use the diver at a certain point when you have a positive identification, a positive signal of what you're looking for.
So far, out of the locations that you've managed to successfully dived and to be able to get inside there, what are some of the things that you have? Because I understand that with the information that the divers are coming up with, they turn out to be negative. That is not the vehicle. So, what are some of these things that the divers find in there out of the 14 that you've managed to so far established?
Thank you. For the past 6 days, the conditions were really terrible, below 20 feet, below, 20, 30, 40. The visibility was almost nil. So when the divers go to around 100, they could see nothing. Yes, the bottom was a bit sandy and rocky, but they were not able to see like anything positively. So nothing has been identified, so we cannot say from the 10 points we have seen anything. It's all about, you send a diver, he goes and does the circle search, and when he comes up, it's like the visibility was bad, the current was so strong, but even after doing the job, so far we've not managed to have a positive identification of the.
How much time does the diver has to take when at the seabed?
Different depths give you different endurances. A basic example is when you send a diver to 60 feet, he is allowed to stay for 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. So the deeper you go, the lesser the time, the lesser the endurance you're supposed to stretch your diver to. So on 30 feet is what we are limited to by scuba, and that's 10 to 12 minutes maximum. The diver goes down, does the work, and comes up. And remember, there's controlled descent and there's controlled ascent because of recompression. And when you're going down, it's because of clearing your system so that you can adapt to the pressure.
And how can you manage to work with the collaboration between, let's say, the use of equipment and the use of human resources, especially between the divers? How can you able to work between the machines and the human beings? How can you able to correlate to that when it comes to conducting this particular operation?
Thank you. As you can see, right where we are standing is a point you can do what you call a GPS point. When you move 1 meter, 2 meters away, you go and get different points. So what you do is that because these waters are so huge, the surface is so huge, you cannot positively identify by using your own eyes. What you do is you use the geographic identification and points equipment. You identify a point, you keep marking waypoints, and then when you're diving, you send now the electronic equipment, the sonars and other equipment down, and once you get the general picture of the area, if the depth allows you to go, then you can be able to dive with the divers. But before that, you keep on using electronics as much as possible.
Thank you. Thank you. Zainab, we already have the professional divers from South Africa. I'm informed that they are currently undergoing a briefing with Lawrence Ituma, that is a Navy officer in charge of the recovery operation, and they will be taking also their time to be part of this recovery operation. But I'm told they'll all be working under the command of the Navy, but we will still be here in the channel and we'll be updating our viewers as soon as we get any updates concerning the recovery operation. But as of now, there's still no sight of the vehicle, neither the bodies of Amanda and her mother, Mariam. Back to you, Zainab.